Everything that happens to us is for the best. The events that occur in our lives serve as lessons from which everyone draws their conclusions. All these lessons are given to a person for their benefit, regardless of whether they are good or bad. Even if what is happening seems to be a bad event right now, over time, the same situation may be interpreted as reasonable, instructive, and fair. A person's life is a series of ups and downs, where moments of luck alternate with setbacks, but always with a consistent upward movement toward a better life, like a spiral. Optimists believe this holds true for any individual, while pessimists might acknowledge it on a global scale over millennia of history. Parable. There was an ancient king who had a very close friend. They had been inseparable since childhood. The friend had a distinctive ability. No matter what happened around him, whether positive or negative, he always said, "This is good." Once during a hunting season, the king and his friend were preparing for a trip into the forest. As usual, the friend prepared the king's guns, cleaning, loading, and checking them. When the king decided to test one of the prepared guns, he took the weapon his friend had readied and fired it. Unfortunately, an accident occurred, and the king lost one of his fingers. Looking at the king, the friend said as usual, "This is good." "What good could possibly come out of this?" shouted the king, writhing in pain, and he immediately ordered his old friend to be imprisoned in the tower. A year passed. The king went hunting again, and in the forest, he and his retinue were attacked by a wild tribe of cannibals. They captured the king and his entourage and dragged them to their village. There they set up stakes, tied all the prisoners, started building fires to roast the entire retinue, starting with the king, and eat them. The tribe leader, inspecting the captives, noticed that one of them was missing a finger. Due to an ancient superstition, the savages never ate those with physical defects. They untied the king and let him go free. As the king made his way back to his palace, he remembered the incident when he lost his finger. He felt remorse for his inappropriate behavior toward his friend. As soon as he reached home, he went straight to the tower to speak and seek forgiveness from his companion. "You were right," said the king, stepping over the threshold of the chamber. "It was indeed good that I lost my finger." And he recounted all the events that had happened to him in the last few days. "I deeply regret imprisoning you. It was wrong of me. Please forgive me, my friend." "No, it was good." "What are you saying? How can it be good that I put my best friend in prison, and you've been sitting here for a whole year?" "Of course it was good. If you hadn't imprisoned me, I would have been burning at the stake with the natives. But now we are both alive, and that is good." The parable teaches that in any negative event, one needs to find a positive meaning in life or understand how it was supposed to happen for a person to gain the appropriate experience. No one can know what lies ahead, so sometimes a person in haste draws incorrect conclusions or makes wrong decisions. Only God, the universe, or guardian angels know the one and only right and easy solution. It's not always immediately given to a person to understand the consequences of certain events. But one should listen to their intuition, that is, communicate with higher powers through their subconscious, through the divine spirit. Look back and try to evaluate the path you have already traveled. If it seems like you are not moving forward or even going backward, then recall who you were 5-10 years ago. Remember your actions, decisions you made, reactions, intentions, your attitude towards people around you, events, and yourself. Looking back, you will understand that you cannot remain the same as you were. Change is an inevitable process. Over time, you realize how much you've changed and become an entirely different person. So tell yourself that everything you do is good and right. It means you are on the right path. A person best realizes changes within themselves when they encounter people from the past on their life's journey or for some reason return to activities from the past. You will understand how much you've changed because you won't be able to interact with these people as you did before. You won't want to fit into the frameworks that once suited you. Either you'll have to part ways with these people forever, or they'll have to adapt to the updated version of you. Or you'll discover that you simply can't do the work that was once natural for you. Sometimes a person draws false conclusions, thinking they are no longer the same as before, that they've aged and can't do things as they used to. But in reality, the reason lies elsewhere. You've simply outgrown the old ways. If you can't engage in them again, you're already on a new higher level, or you're about to ascend to it. If something like this happens to you, tell yourself that everything is good and right. It means you are on the right path. Look back and ask yourself, when did you choose the best opportunities and when did you not? If you chose the best, your life immediately blossomed. You had a sense of soaring, even if nothing changed externally. When you're on the right path, even small things can hold special meaning. You simply live an ordinary life, but you're filled with a sense of elation, happiness, joy, harmony, and the perfection of existence. Are you doing something that would surprise you from 10 to 15 years ago? Do you find joy more often in ordinary things and events? Do you experience ecstasy and inspiration more frequently? Then congratulate yourself. You are on the right path. People need some setbacks in their life journey to realize that no matter how deep they fall, they will still return to the light time and time again. And even if they end up in darkness, let them remember that it's temporary. They just need to weather it out and the light will surely return. It's like dawn, it always comes. Nothing is random. So everything is fine with you. Learn to treat yourself with love and trust. Recognize the changes happening within you. When you compare yourself to others, it's not worth doing so. It's better to recognize your uniqueness. Then you can consciously manage your life. Let your life's compass be love for the world, joy, and prosperity. Gone are the days when you needed teachers, mentors, and guides. No one knows your path better than your soul, because only you possess boundless possibilities. Your path is beautiful because it leads to light and it exists.